Hi, this is Darius. I hope you're doing well. This video will be a quick response to a message I received via YouTube a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if the author of this message wants to remain anonymous or not, so I'll just keep their details private. Right now I would like to read this message and to respond to it. And it goes like this. Hey, I watched your video on the narcissistic mother and how she treated her child, and I was wondering if you've had any experience with a narcissist. I was raised by a narcissistic mother, will soon be moving out and cutting off all ties with her, and want to know what you know about narcissists and their motives. What causes them to be the way that they are? Perhaps you could help me out, seeing as you seem to know a lot about people and personalities and such. It would be greatly appreciated. You seem like a smart guy who knows what he's talking about, so I think it would be great to hear your thoughts on it. Thanks for taking the time to read. Yeah, thank you for your message and thanks for your kind feedback. Yes, I have worked with people who have narcissistic tendencies, with people who have narcissistic tendencies and are parents themselves, and with people who have narcissistic parents. And I too was raised by a narcissistic mother. I have done a lot of self-work analyzing my relationship with my mother and my mother's relationships. So yes, I have experience dealing with narcissism. If you seek some theoretical knowledge on the subject, I would recommend this article called Narcissistic Mothers. It also applies to all narcissists, I think. I'll put the link below. Also, there's this guy called Sam Bachman. He has a YouTube channel and other resources. He concentrates particularly on narcissism. I don't remember how good or bad the quality of his content is, but I remember watching his videos about 5 years ago maybe, when I was interested in the subject myself. And to answer your question, why do people become narcissists? Why do people develop narcissistic traits? It's because they themselves as children were raised by narcissistic parents and/or their parents didn't care much about their child's true needs, true emotions and preferences. So such a child grows up with a huge emotional void inside and tries to meet his or her unmet childhood needs through other people, through other activities. Uh, especially by using their children, because a child is completely dependent on their parents. They love their parents unconditionally. There's this massive power disparity between a child and a parent. So it's a very good environment for a parent to act out their unprocessed childhood trauma and unprocessed childhood needs in this kind of environment where there's this small little person who is completely dependent on them. So a parent can use a child to project all kinds of stuff onto them. For example, sometimes a parent might project themselves onto a child and live through this child vicariously. For example, they can take responsibility for their child's goals and accomplishments, or they might push their child to pursue some kind of activity or a career. My mother was pushing me and my brother to become a medical doctor because she herself was a medical doctor, and she was expressing her sadness and uh, disregard and disapproval that we didn't pursue such a career. Also, a parent might try to meet their child's needs and preferences that they themselves might have had in their childhoods. But those needs and preferences might not match with their child's true needs and preferences, or don't match at that specific moment. And this is also abusive, this is also negative, this is overriding true needs, true emotions, true preferences of a child in this particular moment. Sometimes a parent might project negative traits onto their child and then gets angry at their child, because when they were children, their parents got angry for expressing at them for expressing a specific emotion, need, or a preference. So they repeat the same mechanism that was used when they were children by their caregivers. So the main theme here is that a narcissistic parent feels that his or her needs, emotions, and preferences are more important than their child's. It's all about the parent. So if a child has a need and a parent has a need and those needs clash, they don't match up, then a narcissistic parent feels that their needs are more important. Therefore, their children's needs get violated or neglected. When a child grows a little, this role reversal becomes even more visible. I say role reversal because it's parents' responsibility to take care of their children's needs, not vice versa. Often children are raised in a way so that they implicitly or explicitly are told to take care of their parents' or their siblings' needs, and to be emotionally or even financially dependent on their parents even when they grow up. All these things I've mentioned in this video are extremely unfair to the child, are very abusive to the child, because a child has the right to have a loving and caring parent who meets their true needs, not a parent who uses them to meet their own unprocessed childhood needs. So, in summation, why do people become narcissistic? It's because when they were children, their needs, emotions, and preferences were severely ignored or violated, and they try to meet those unmet childhood needs by using their children for that. On the inside, such parents feel like small children themselves. So I hope this helps. I wish you, the person who sent me this message, best of luck with your situation regarding your narcissistic mother. I know it's tough, and I wish you all a great day, and hopefully talk to you soon. Bye.